It's a beautiful day to you, our lovely and smart real estate investors, wherever you're watching us across the world. I'm super delighted to welcome you to another insightful and educative session of Property Matters here on YouTube. In case you're coming across a video like this for the first time, my name is Adejare. I'm your host here on Property Matters. Property Matter is a weekly YouTube talk show where we expose you to all the fundamentals and, of course, the important happenings that is going on in the Lagos State real estate market. At Property Matters, we have discussed extensively on issues concerning real estate development, fraudulent activities of real estate developers, how to identify a fraudulent real estate practitioner, how to identify some major loopholes, how to identify a desperate real estate transaction. We've talked about how you can also identify land documents and, of course, verify the authenticity of a property before you pay for it. In case you like what we're doing, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, a very important personality like you will be the first person to see it. Once again, you're welcome to Property Matters, and I'm super delighted to have you on board. I'll be back immediately after this short timeout. Don't go nowhere. All right, you're welcome back. I'm super delighted to be on your screen again. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that is subscribing on Property Matters. For those who are also that will be subscribing immediately after this video, I want to say a very big thank you to you because I know that your support is like a fuel that gives us the courage to keep coming online and doing what we know how to do best, telling you more about the Lagos State real estate market. So on today's episode, we are going to continue from where we stopped our series one on how to maximize the Lagos State real estate market. In case you did miss that particular video, of course, don't worry, it's right here on Property Matters. I'll just subscribe and, of course, check the video. So today we're going to continue from that, but today is going to talk about how to maximize the real estate market and the impending danger of lengthy payment plan. So today's topic is how to maximize the Lagos State real estate market and the impending danger of a lengthy payment plan. So we've talked about the reason why you have to position. That was, of course, we talked extensively on why you need to diversify, having real estate investments in strategic locations. That was adequately taken care of in the series one. Then we also went further to talk about why you need to start seeing positive things about the real estate market. And I also talked about that the Lagos real estate market has so much to offer investors than the negative news that is happening in the country. And I also talk about every nation having its own challenges, and of course, Nigeria own is just being talked about. So and of course, we hope that things get better. So the next factor we'll be talking about on how to maximize the Lagos real estate market is stop procrastinating. Procrastination obviously is a reason why a lot of real estate investors have missed out on life-changing real estate opportunities. I've spoken with some few and noticeable real estate investors who actually express their pain that they didn't, invest with Amen. And of course, the reason when you look at what the Amen brand is doing basically, of course, not just Amen brand, we'll look at the Landmark brand. Okay, when you look at the Evermark brand, when you look at the Veritasi brand, a whole lot of brand. I obviously, if I did not mention any brand, that doesn't mean they are not doing well. But time will fail me with the opportunity and luxury of time to mention all the brands. Okay, we look at the Victoria Crest, that's Nedumoko. When you look at the Romax, when you look at all the real estate developers, if I did not mention your name, I'm not saying you have not done well. You have, but it's very very impossible for me to to recall all the names. Now, these brands have done well, and some couple of brands that I forgot to mention, but the emphasis was basically on the Amian brand, and we had a lengthy discussion, and the woman said if there's a regret, that she still wanted today was missing out from Amen Phase 3. And she talked about Amen Phase 3. Also, she also talked about the Tiara Phase 1. She saw the fantastic job that had been done on site and it was like, wow, I wish I had my plot of land there. I'm not here to market them, but she missed out because she procrastinated. Now, when you look at the way the real estate market works in Lagos, Nigeria, is that there are some companies that review the price of their property 3 months. There are some that review their price of the property 4 months. So, like I said, every real estate developers have a strategy for selling, and they also have a strategy for development. Some is after a few months of development, they review the price, it appreciates in value. Now, procrastinating will deny you the opportunity of owning real estate opportunities that can transform your financial debt. So, like I've stated here, once you have done your due diligence and you have ascertained that the property is free from encumbrance, drop your deposit. Okay, drop your deposit, and don't wait till it get expensive before you buy. I'm going to say it again. In as much as fact that you have confirmed, the authenticity and the order and the final receipt, do a deposit as soon as you can. Don't wait for it to get expensive. So that a whole lot of people, I often get, amazed when I hear real estate investors said, I witnessed when this particular place was being sold and I missed out. So the next thing you also want to do if you want to maximize the real estate industry is that you need to buy in large quantities. There's this particular real estate investor that I'm also studying is I said investor. There's this particular real estate developer that I'm studying his own strategy of development. Now, what this man does basically is that all his lands in prime locations basically is that he doesn't sell everything, and this man buys in bulk. When we had a conversation last few weeks ago, and this man has told me that he has bought hectares of land and money. Yeah. So every real estate companies have their own strategies of sales, they have their own strategy of operation, but I kind of find this one to be very, very unique. And of course, it's something that should be studied and of course evaluated to see if it's something that. So what this man does basically is that while other real estate developments are focusing on how to get sold out on time, this man sells some and keeps it. And he told me something. He said the people that are selling right now are not making profits. He said those who will sell 3, 4, 5, or 6 years when this location has become hot cake are the people that will make money. So the strategy is that buy in bulk. Buy in bulk. Don't buy one. Don't buy two. Now the thing is, I also saw a video of another reputable real estate investor stroke developer giving an evaluation of 1 acre of land located at Banana Island, and the man has estimated the whole 1 acre to be close to, I think, between 5 to 6 billion. Okay, now these are the advantages of buying in bulk. I've seen instances whereby people have bought like maybe 3 or 4 plots, and when they wanted to develop that project, they didn't have the funds. Excuse me, they didn't have the funds as at that time to do it. So what they did basically was they put some sales on some of the plot of land, and they used their proceeds to erect, structures and the building of their child, and of course they're charging rent on that. So buying in bulk is an investment strategy that will save you the regret of not buying enough. Then the next thing, which is actually the final lap of this um episode of Property Matter, is stick to the payment plan. Stick to the payment plan. Now, when you understand the way the market works, basically is that a whole lot of real estate developers are praying that you don't finish your payments. I'm going to say this. Some of them are always praying that God just let this man pay the deposit and he doesn't pay. Now, in as much as probably the fact that many of them want you to pay. Now, I'll tell you why. Now, the reason is that the moment you have subscribed to the payment, maybe 1 or 2 things happen and you're unable to continue with the payments. Now, this is where it's profitable to them. Number one is that if they are to do a refund to you, they don't refund your entire money. There are those who run the policy of 30% administrative fees. There are those who run policies of 40% administrative fees. Now, the thing is that after they have deducted administrative fees from the amount of money you have paid, okay, the remaining half of it is their own profit. That's number one. Then number two is that after holding that land for a very long time, okay, they get to resell that land, okay, at a higher price. So every good thing comes to them, and whoever is not paying as at that time, basically, okay, is the one losing out big time. So stick to the payment plan. If it's a 6 year payment, I said 6 years. If it's a 6 month payment plan, you can do, stick to it. If it's 1 year payment plan, you can do, stick to it. If it's 18 month payment plan, you can do, stick to it. Now, the next thing that you also want to do basically is that you want to avoid lengthy payment plan, which is our focal point of discussion. Now, when you are going into lengthy payment plan, there are 3 things you need to put into consideration when you want to opt for a lengthy payment plan. The very first thing you want to put into consideration is that, what if the developer has issues that may lead to bankruptcy? Because the truth is, the way the real estate market works in Lagos, Nigeria, is that it is always based on the words first come, first serve. Okay, so in the process of operation of that company, okay, the people who has paid in full, who are very fortunate to get their land, who have papers to their land, okay, will enjoy that property. The moment a real estate developer may have issues and may not have the funds, to do what? To continue. Now, I've said it before on these videos and on several episodes I've done. You don't own a property in Lagos, Nigeria until you have your papers and you have been allocated. So it does not matter if you have paid 60% of the land fee or you have paid 20% of the property fee, in as much as the fact that you did not pay off, okay, and something happens and you are thinking that you can take them to court, then you don't have a case. So the thing is, the worst that will happen is for them to refund you. But the painful thing is that a whole lot of somebody else gets to enjoy the investment that you have made. So as far as the legal estate real estate market is concerned, you don't own a property until you have been allocated. So when you are choosing a property, please, because of the payment terminologies and the refund policies, please look into it and choose the one that will not be a problem. Then the next thing, or the next reason why I don't always recommend a lengthy payment plan, more importantly, is always in the issue of when the developer has overselling. Now, the thing is that when properties are being launched into the market, okay, the developer has the intention of maybe doing several phases, maybe the phase 1, the phase 2, or the phase 3. Now, the most important thing basically is that if you have subscribed to the phase 1 of the property, you drop an initial deposit or you pay to an extent of land and that property is sold out, you don't have a land there. And I also said it's based on first come, first serve. Now, in some cases, some fraudulent and of course some dishonest real estate developers will not tell you that the phase 1 you have paid for is no longer available. Okay, so they will not be allocating that phase 1. When you don't pay, they will allocate those who have paid. Now, the thing is, the possibility of overselling in this industry is very high. So if you're having the mind that you are going to get allocated in the phase 1, that basically the reverse has only been the case. In some cases, I've seen people who have paid for phase 1 and they get allocated in phase 4 or phase 5. And I've also said it before that when you don't pay up on time, let's assume the phase 1 has a C of O. The phase 2 obviously cannot have a C of O. The phase 3 cannot obviously have a C of O. Neither can the other phases. So apart from the fact that you are missing out on the phase 1, you're also missing out on the title, which obviously is the security of that property. So in the places of overselling, the moment you have noticed that a whole lot of people are keying into that property and that property advert has gone viral and a lot of people are extending interest, please pay up your fee on time so that you can get allocated on that phase. Because you see, overselling is a reality in this industry, and they won't come and tell you that the place you have paid for is not available. No, the way the industry works basically is that after you have finished payment they give you where it is available, not what you have paid for. So you want to avoid that. So in the case of overselling, there is real estate investor, which is very, very possible. I've witnessed it. In fact, all through the period of September, October, November of 2023, I had a lot of overselling cases, and of course, I got tired and exhausted. But because of the fact that I've given people my commitment how to do it. So it's a possibility. When you have subscribed to the payment plan, please pay up as long as you have not paid, you don't have a property. Oh. And as long as they have not allocated you, no cost will just that matter for you. Then the next thing basically why I don't subscribe to lending payment plan basically is in the area of off-plan projects. Now we all have seen basically that there is inflation and basically prices of commodities in Lagos, Nigeria is not stable. Not just in Lagos, in every part of the federation, there is inflation. There was this area of a real estate company that sold the property, I think far back around 2020. Of course, the property was dominated the scene around 2020, 2021. And of course, the developers sold very cheap. And at that time, I think I stand to be corrected. I think the two bedroom or the one bedroom at that time was around, I think the two bedroom was around 18, 19 million, very, very cheap. So, the strategy now, drop initial deposit. So, a whole lot of people rushed it. So, what happened basically is that after people paid, a lot of people delayed. Now, if you are doing a lengthy payment plan, off plan is not a good idea. What I usually recommend, if you must go far in off plan, please try as much as fast that your payment plan should not exceed 18 months. So within that 18 months, some would have factored a lot of things, a lot of unforeseen circumstances. Back to my story. So a lot of people key into that project. Now there have been issues of mismanagement of funds and resources in the areas of the developer. That is a topic for another day. I won't go into that. Now, something happened and the developer had to call a meeting of some of the realtors that sold the property. And he said, well, the price of materials at 2021 when this project started is not the same price. So according to what people have paid, and according to the present present market reality, what this money they've paid can do is to provide the house in carcass, and the investors will be the one to do what, to finish it by themselves. There were a lot of outrages, a lot of disagreement, a lot of rancor during that meeting, and some people were saying, no, 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 this is not what you told us. They're going to make us look like liars. And like, the thing is, the man has spoken, he has spoken. In fact, I even consider him, okay, to be very sincere, for him to come out and say this is the situation. A whole lot of people not even say jack. They just find out that they are not saying anything, and your money is just there. Whether your money is there or your money has vanished. So, for off-plan projects, to avoid scenario of the money you pay cannot finish that project, pay up on time, and don't go for lengthy. At least maximum, let's say okay, fine, we don't even have a toll loan. That in fact 2 years is still better. But I usually say pay up because you are not the only person they are selling to. They have a lot of marketers pushing this project to them. Now, in some cases whereby there is dishonesty, the developer wants as many funds to come in as possible. Okay, so it's going to make the initial deposit most times is always like a trap where people get hooked, and of course the reverse has always been the case. And there's stories of I didn't get like this, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. So one of the ways you can avoid that basically is that after you have done your initial deposits, pay up on time. Now, there are some companies that their own policy is that after you have paid, if you have not made any payments within 2 months of your first deposit, they will cancel your contract and they will refund your money, deducting some whether 30% or 40% acquisition fee. So you want to look into that form very well. You want to understand the terms and conditions before you go in. A lot of people say, I did not see it too. And that's their prayer. A lot of people pray that you don't see it so that they can, eat your money and of course give you remnant as a refund. So you want to look at that. So for off plan, because of the unstable markets in Lagos and Nigeria as a whole, don't subscribe for lengthy payment plan. So that there won't be stories. A whole lot of people will not be sincere to tell you we can't do beyond 1 year, we can't do beyond 18 months, we can't do beyond 2 years because of the market, and we don't even know the actual amount of money that will finish this project, and that's a reality. Now, I've seen instances whereby a whole lot of developers can say, okay, fine, let me get a loan, let me complete the project So the money the investors pay will be the one I will use what to pay back the loan and give them their houses. Only few the real estate developer do this. So these are some of the things that you need to put into consideration. So lengthy payment plan. And another thing is that in some cases, when the payment plan is unnecessarily lengthy, it shows that that place is not cannot develop within that period. They'll say, ah, this is 2 years. Let them give us let us give them 2 years. So give them say 5 years, 5 years. By the time you pay like maybe I get like 100 or 1,000 people for initial deposit. By the time I use the money to to do business, I should be able to get another face that can allocate them to. So that's the way that's the way some real estate investor developer think in Lagos, Nigeria. So to avoid these stories, dear ladies and gentlemen, investors, stick to the property that you can comfortably pay so that there won't be cases of overselling, developers not having resources to continue the project, and the case of what? Bankruptcy. That's it. That's a topic for discussion for another day. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain of today's episode of Property Matters. I hope you have found value. Do well to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. God bless you. Bye for now.